Alright, well, the long-awaited video of levels is finally here, and I apologize for keeping it from y'all so long. I promise you guys I wasn't trying to delay it on purpose. Like, ever since I think I posted that video of me surprising my parents, been low-key, I don't even know, like, days have just been passing, okay? I don't even know, bro. I just, the entire weekdays since then, I've just been packed. Everything has just been moving so fast. I like, you don't even know what's going on half the time. I don't know why I feel like it's so chaotic right now. It's just a combination of trading, and I know trading already takes a lot of mental energy, especially when I'm starting out with it in the morning. Um, and so obviously I haven't been doing too well after. Like I lost a couple of trades on the 50Ks, and then um just that, and like I'm trying to pass a 150K right now. It's going pretty decent. So that takes a large part of my morning. And then also, I've been working on something else that I'm going to be letting you guys know at the end of this video. And that's the main reason why I've been able to post this levels video. And that's the main reason why I kind of been delaying it. Hopefully, you guys don't see me differently by the time I tell you guys. But um, like I didn't really like there was a possibility that I couldn't even post a video like this, but no, I told myself that I like the main reason why I started this channel was to teach, journal, and help other people. um and so it kind of just would have been shitty for me to turn my back on that and not remember why I started this channel in the first place. And I promised a lot of people in Discord I'd make a video like this. And so I'm just gonna cover the basics of this levels video. But yeah, like I said, I apologize. Just haven't been able to find the perfect time. And I don't know, low key been stressed. A lot of shit's been going on. Hopefully, you guys understand. If you guys don't understand, I don't even know. Yeah, but I apologize. I'll try to make this video with as much value in it without hurting, like, without, you know, me hurting myself. Like, I'll get into it at the end of this video. But yeah, so first off, let's just focus on what we're all here for is this levels video. Done stalling. Um, and this is I feel like one of the biggest things, in addition to my unicorn model and things that I still trade, right? But these two confluences, right? So the first confluence is consequent encroachment. The second one is standard deviation, right? And I think these two things are going to were the biggest contributors to how I got my $13,000 payout just 4 days into the month of September. And here are just some example trades that I took off of purely strictly levels, not really the unicorn model that I trade, just purely off of levels. Just proof to you guys that, like, I mean, the anything works. Like I told you guys, the unicorn model works, levels work. I just use both these together. And like this was on my 450Ks right before that 13K payout. This was on the new 150K combine. These are pretty big trades, but with little to minimal stop losses. Like this stop loss was what is this like 6 points. Like the best thing about levels is that you don't need to risk a lot, which is why I've been using it a lot more recently, is because you don't have to have the biggest stop loss ever, which is something that I enjoy doing. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so one thing I don't want you guys to feel like is me not giving you guys enough value in this video. I promise you guys, it's not hard at all. It's probably the most simplest thing that I've ever learned. It's like low key that like twice as simple as the unicorn model. You just cannot overthink it. The biggest thing, however, when you guys are entering off of levels is confidence, because yes, the drawdown is so little. Yes, the stop loss is going to be so tiny, but you cannot be scared of losing. Like there's so this strategy will not work if you are scared of losing. Don't watch this video and act like this doesn't work because you guys just aren't confident enough to enter. That's the biggest thing. If you guys struggle with confidence in entering, you can't use this. Like you can't enter off of levels because your stop loss is going to be tight. Your entries are going to be extremely aggressive. And that's just something you have to overcome. Yes, it's easier said than done. But I can do it, so you can definitely do it as well. I'm not the most courageous, bravest person here, for sure. I know I'm not, and so I know you can do it as well. But I'll just stop thinking. Okay, stop thinking. This is the only time I'm gonna tell you guys to press the buy or sell button, with like no thought. Like, and I know you guys like doing that, right? Just press it with no thought, buy or sell. Okay. This is low key what you got to do as when your level gets hit. Is just press it without a single thought. Set your stop loss and let it play out. Okay. And so this little shitty drawing that I have is I'm gonna make a quick example of it. This video is going to be relatively short. Just going to cover like literally because CE you don't need a lot to learn. Okay, so let's just hop straight into it. So first off, this is a daily candle. Okay, let's just take this as daily candle. And one thing I want you guys to remember before we start is that higher power, bro. Oh my god, is that higher power will hold. Whoa. Oh my god, my bad. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I got like 3 hours sleep today. Higher time frame holds higher power. Okay, I want you guys to remember that before we hop into it, just so you guys aren't confused as to why I'm like taking consideration into time frames. Okay, and you guys should know this already. I'm just reinforcing it. So, daily higher time frame holds higher power, right? Like higher Fibonacci gaps are going to hold more power. Higher order blocks are going to give a larger, like the higher time frame holds higher power. Okay, same thing goes with consequent encroachment levels. Now, all you literally do are two things that you need to know in order to identify a consequent encroachment wick. Okay, and I'm talking about wicks, especially like this. These are just relative to consequent encroachment wicks. Is first thing you have to look for is a liquidity sweep by a wick or rejection wick, or in parentheses rejection wick. And so, like I said, this kind of video, I'm not going to be going too deep. I want this video to be relatively short, just covering the basics. So liquidity sweep by a wick, preferably a rejection wick. And a rejection wick, it's basically just look for a long ass candle. Like literally, that's all it is. Look for a long candle on a higher time frame, preferably on the daily 4 hour or 1 hour, right? I think those are the ones that are going to work the best of sweeping, you know, some sort. Let's take a bullish example or a bearish example and say some sort of buy side liquidity. So let's say this is buy side liquidity. This is our rejection wick, right? It's a decently sized wick on a daily time frame. So buy side liquidity is a decently sized wick, and it's a liquidity sweep. So let's just say we have a high here that gets taken. Let's just say this is a high that gets taken by this rejection wick. Now, we have the first thing that we need, right? Liquidity sweep by a wick. And the second thing we need is engineered liquidity on a lower time frame. Okay, so that's basically the second thing that we're going to need when we're going when we're looking for a valid kind of consequent encroachment wick. So what I mean by that is after on a higher time frame, we have a rejection wick that sweeps out the main like a high time for like an external point of buy side liquidity. Like this is external point of buy side liquidity because of the daily time frame, like a higher time frame liquidity sweep, a rejection wick, and then engineering liquidity on lower time frame. So on like a 5, 15, 1 hour, 30-minute, right, you're just gonna have like internal points of resting buy side liquidity, right, like along this area, but make sure that it's right below, right? This is a A plus scenario, right below the 50% of the rejection. Okay, and so that's essentially what a consequent encroachment is, right? It's going to be the 50% mark of that rejection wick, and in order to mark out a valid 50% rejection wick, you're going to need that buy side liquidity sweep on a higher time frame, and then some sort of engineered liquidity right under that 50% equilibrium mark, because what we're entering off of is a retrace back into that CE, that consequent encroachment, that 50% equilibrium mark for us to enter shorts off of, right? So that's why we need one more point of internal buy side liquidity for price to sweep. So price is more likely just going to play around a little bit, come back up, sweep this, tap into the CE of the wick, and then head lower. Like that's literally all it is. That's literally all a consequent encroachment. It's like I'm not trying to amplify it and make it seem complicated. Like obviously this is just the basis, but this is literally what it is. Like this is how I've been hitting trades with like minimal drawdown, right? And all you're doing is you're entering once we hit that consequent encroachment level area. What is wrong with this consequent encroachment level area? And you are setting your entry right at the equilibrium of that point, and it's going to respect perfect. I know this is so hypothetical, but I can show you guys the trades. Like I will go over examples and trades of this actually working. If you join my Discord, I have journals of those trades and posted the wins off of taking levels like this and literally taking it to the bottom, to the top or to the bottom, because I'm marking out literally just the equilibrium of a rejection wick But the important thing here is that you have to keep it valid. It has to be a valid rejection wick. If it's not valid, it's going to most likely disrespect it and get ran through to your stop loss. So that's literally like all it is, all you guys need to know for now. It's the same exact thing for a bearish example, right? And yeah, just make sure you guys have a higher time frame sweep in liquidity, 4 hour or a daily time frame. Sweeps that kind of external bias liquidity. Make sure that there's lower time frame lower time frame, engineered liquidity, right? Wait for price to hit back into that 50% equilibrium mark, and then head lower, and then say head lower after entering. Like, this is what I mean. You also have to have a very confident and aggressive entry, because if you don't have a confident and aggressive entry, this happens really, really quickly. Sometimes I get edge and doesn't even hit that 50% equilibrium mark. Like, it's extremely precise. Okay, so just make sure, like, if you guys don't believe me right now, go look for a rejection wick. Go look for a rejection wick on a higher time frame and look at it happen and watch it happen. Like, sometimes like on a higher time frame, it's hard to identify them playing out, maybe because it takes so long. Like, the move probably plays out, takes liquidity, and then maybe the candle on a 4 hour time frame is going to like finish higher, but the move still plays out. So one thing about it is, these also, like, make sure you're entering off of lower time frame. In my opinion, I think you're going to more than likely get a rejection. Like, almost like more than half the time you're going to be getting a rejection off of this. Even if it's a small rejection, right, you're still going to get a rejection off of it. And the good thing is that, because for consequent encroachment, like, off of the wick, you don't need a lot to see whether your trade will be invalidated or not. The only way, the main way you see whether your trade is invalidated is if it breaks this level. And so as soon as it takes that reaction, we shouldn't come back up to sweep more liquidity, because we've already swept internal bias liquidity. We've already swept external bias liquidity. We're just rebalancing to the wick. So we shouldn't come back up into this area. So as soon as we, break structure to the downside, you can move your stops to break even, which is why I think this is such a great, like, way to trade sometimes, because you don't need to risk as much. You can move your stops early at break even, and you can just catch pretty insane risk reward ratio trades. Now, obviously, like, since the drawdown is little, like, your win rate may drop a little bit, but the wins are going to be so much more significant than your losses. Like, and if you're able to thug it out through that, like, you'll literally be fine. Like, I thug out through the losses, and I make back my losses in like a single trade. Okay, and so make sure you guys are entering off of valid CE wicks though. All right, now that you guys know a part of how I trade my levels. Now, obviously, there's the standard deviation levels that I pair it with, but I wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be going over that with the premium side of the Discord. Yes, throw the tomatoes. Call me Miami Guru. Yeah, I want to move out. I want to get into a penthouse. I want to sell course for $5,000. Yes, I turned to that side. Okay, I'm one of them now. I'm like a copy and paste trader guru on YouTube. Um, but nah, man, like, I think that's just what I've been working on these past couple of days and this past week and a half, and that's kind of why I've just been, a lot of my time's been taken up, because I generally try to put a lot of time into making the Discord as good and as value and as much value in it as possible. Now you guys are probably like, I'm sure you guys are kind of bummed out, because a lot of a part of the reason why I built this channel was off of transparency and was off of just being able to teach you guys for free, right? And that's what I've been doing. I feel like I posted my model, like my unicorn model that I still use now. I posted it after I got my first payout. I'm showing you guys this consequent encroachment level that I use, like, literally that I used like yesterday to take trades, and the trades I've been taking, like this is like, I'm telling you guys right now, like, there's nothing more to it than what I just showed you guys, other than the fact that there's just the standard deviation levels kind of combined with it. And so hopefully you guys don't think I'm keeping anything from you just for you guys to get into that premium side of the Discord. But the reason kind of why I created it was because of the fact that after I posted that video of my payout, there has been an overwhelming amount of DMs of people just straight up asking me for my strategies, straight up asking me to put them on and to tell them how to trade, right? And I don't get mad at these messages at all because I would be DMing people the same exact thing. Like when I was starting out, I remember I'd be DMing traders the same exact thing, expecting an answer out of them and get low key like pissed off when they wouldn't answer. Like I know how it gets, right? So I do want to help people. Like I try to DM as many people as back as I can, and I tell them, bro, like if I was able to tell them the strategy, I would, right? But my fingers would be falling off. There's just so much that kind of goes into it. I can't, fit it into a single paragraph. I can't fit into a single DM or two DMs or three or even five DMs, right? It has to be in a video, like a teaching video like this. It has to be through multiple videos. And if I like send you guys like videos of that directly, I'm gonna have to be doing that to every single person separately, right? And so I've been working on, like I said, a premium Discord with someone that's been helping me, and we've just been creating lesson plans for you guys and a breakdown of my entire strategy, right? My unicorn model, market maker model, the one that's been helping me get payouts from the beginning, and then obviously consequent encroachment, the lessons over levels, specifically in-depth breakdowns, right? Like I know this video may have been a little bit more basic. Like I said, the basis of this is all you need, right? But the big thing is I'm going to be going over standard deviation levels in my the lesson plans in the premium Discord compared with consequent encroachment. And obviously you're going to be able to ask me more questions through like the premium Discord side. If you guys thought that this video was still a little bit confusing, you guys can ask me questions through that. And so it's going to be a lot more, I'd say, like personal to people who actually want to learn and to trade exactly like me. I think I'm going to be connecting with you guys on a more personal level, right? I'm still super active and I'm still going to be super active in my like the general side of the normal side of Discord. But I feel like if you're wanting to learn, you guys, are basically paying $50 to join that premium Discord. Like I might as well put more time and actually, help you guys as much as I can for the people who pay for it. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know, like, I'm not gonna keep anything from you guys. Hopefully you guys don't look at me too differently. If you guys do, I don't blame you guys like at all. But like I said, I started this channel out off of transparency and to help you guys was my main goal, and documenting, of course. And so anything and everything I do, I'm going to let you guys know with full transparency and honesty. If you guys are disappointed, I apologize. But truly, the only reason why I started this was to help you guys. Like I know that's so cliche, but I'm not pricing it at an insane price. I'm giving you guys everything that you need to know, my full entire model breakdown for $50, which is the premium side of my Discord. And it's going to be consistent. Like I'm going to be holding weekly calls as well. I'm going to be breaking down y'all's trades, live trade recaps. Going over with you guys psychology. Just entering the market with confidence, which I think is probably an overlooked aspect. It's just being confident in the market and entering when you see your setup. So all these things are going to be implemented inside, the premium section of my Discord. But yeah, like I said, that's kind of just the reason why I've been so busy recently. If you guys are interested in joining, the link is going to be in the bio, of the below in the bio below to this video. So yeah, let me guys know if you guys are interested. But yeah, just want to go over the basis of the levels video. I didn't want to miss out on it, like because I told you guys that I promised people in my Discord that I'd make it. And so just because I'm gonna be going over it in the premium side as well doesn't mean people, because so some people like 50, like some people don't have $50 to spend. So I feel like it's kind of unfair to leave those people out as well. But for the people who are more interested, there's going to be more in-depth breakdowns in the premium Discord, and just more detailed breakdowns and more of a personal kind of lesson plan built out for you in that premium Discord. But people who are fine with just taking the basis level of it, so be it, right? Like that's totally cool too. I'm trying to cater to both sides. Like I'm not trying to be like, oh, you gotta pay X amount of money, you gotta pay this to get it and to learn it and to learn everything. So yeah, but if you guys want to learn everything standard deviation levels as well, yeah, like I said, the link will be in my bio. But yeah, nothing much else, man. It's low key getting kind of late. Been, like I said, packed, but still gonna be posting content. Still gonna get after it. Still gonna get after the bread. Still gonna, be me, right? Because it's been a year of doing this almost. So why stop now? But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We'll try not to delay things now. If hopefully I don't get too busy. We'll always try to give you guys updates. As always, I love you guys. Um, and yeah, always keep God by your side, bro. I wouldn't generally be here without God. There's low key recently been there's been a lot of horrible things that's been just going on in the world in general. And I don't know, recently a lot more. I just been thinking about how lucky and how blessed and how grateful I am to be sitting here recording this video. Like whenever I'm scrolling through TikTok, I see something happen, or a tragic event or something in the world. More recently, I just been being a lot more grateful of just being the opportunity of having the opportunity to live life. Like even when something bad, even when there's an inconvenience, like I had this pimple today, and I just social media, just scrolling through social media and YouTube and watching all the bad things that's been happening around this world, and just in history, throughout history, like what the fuck is a pimple gonna do? Like it's just, it puts things into perspective. So always keep God by your side. I think it's the biggest thing. As a person, as a man or a woman, just have someone to rely on. I think is the biggest thing. It just calms you down more in my experience. But yeah, sorry, that's like a little religious, kind of religious rant, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys for watching as always. I love you guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. God bless. And yeah, see y'all.